everyone, welcome back. Do you remember that in the previous lesson, we were listening to a story about a highly damaging locust attack? The story paused when a man came running and informed the others that the locust had eaten all the crops and that nothing was left behind. It is time we continue and hear the story till the end. So, let's see what happens in the story now. But the gongs were still beating, the men still shouting, and Margaret asked, "Why do you go on with it then?" "The main swarm isn't settling. They are heavy with eggs. They are looking for a place to settle and lay. If we can stop the main body from settling on our farm, that's everything. If they get a chance to lay their eggs, we are going to have everything eaten flat with hoppers later on." He picked a stray locust off his shirt and split down with his thumbnail. It was clotted inside with eggs. Imagine that multiplied by millions. You ever seen a hopper swarm on the march? Well, you're lucky. "Is it very bad?" asked Margaret fearfully, and the old man said emphatically, "We are finished. This swarm may pass over, but once they have started, they'll be coming down from the north now, one after another. And then there are the hoppers. It might go on for 2 or 3 years. "For the Lord's sake," said Margaret angrily, still half crying. "What's here is bad enough, isn't it?" For although the evening air was no longer black and thick, but a clear blue with a pattern of insects whizzing this way and that across it, everything else, trees, buildings, bushes, earth, was gone under the moving brown masses. But Margaret preferred not even to think of them. After the midday meal, the men went off to the lands. Everything was to be replanted. With a bit of luck, another swarm would not come traveling down just this way. But they hoped it would rain very soon to spring some new grass, because the cattle would die otherwise. There was not a blade of grass left on the farm. As for Margaret, she was trying to get used to the idea of 3 or 4 years of locusts. Locusts were going to be like bad weather from now on, always imminent. She felt like a survivor after the war. If this devastated and mangled countryside was not ruin, well, what then was ruin? But the men ate their supper with good appetites. It could have been worse, was what they said. It could be much worse. So, even though their farms and crops were destroyed, the people were in good spirits. Did you understand the moral of the story? The story reflects that we should always be happy and focus on the positive side, no matter the circumstances. Now, let's end this session here. However, in the following video lesson, we will discuss this story in detail and explain all that seems difficult to you right now.